It's easy to remember what a puppy looks like. Perhaps even imagine one on the other side of the room you're in now. He's smelling the floor, looking around, filled with the newness of life as puppies often are. He begins to walk across the floor. He doesn't see yet. All of his attention is consumed with what he is smelling, what he is seeing. He's walking with that funny gait that puppies often have, their hind ends slightly askew, as if their rear legs are walking faster than the front. The puppy gets nearer, and you give a little whistle and say, "Here, boy, come here." And you whistle again. The puppy looks up and sees you. "That's a good boy," you say, and his whole body begins to wag. "It's you," the puppy seems to be saying. "It's you." And in that moment, something passes between you and the puppy. It is as if something leaves your body and enters the puppy, as if something leaves the puppy and enters you. And the most important thing then is to touch the puppy, to pet him, to hold him. And the puppy seems to want nothing more than these things as well. Perhaps in addition, to lick your hands or your face. This is an experience that nearly all people know, yet we have no word for it in our language. Love is too broad in its possible meanings, too overworked. Once, people experienced this exchange with everything on earth. The experience was understood, expected, a natural part of human life. This deep interaction with the non human world, this exchange of soul essence. But it is not common now. Once shared with all life forms, such an exchange now happens only in our immediate families, if we are lucky. With our pets, dogs and cats, or other domesticated animals, we may meet from time to time. And if we have a green thumb, with the gardens, lawns, or plants that we grow. In that sense, it is also a perverted experience. Domesticated animals and plants and landscapes are only a shadow of what plants and animals and landscapes can be and are in the wild. What we share with them is only a shadow of what we can share and historically have shared with the wild. The emotive energy that comes from a wolf is of an entirely different magnitude than that from a dog. The loss of this kind of engagement with life in general and with wildlife in particular, by its nature, generates deep wounds, external and internal. No longer feeling or exchanging an emotional affinity with all life, we are no longer careful with Earth, its landscapes, and its many life forms. From our carelessness, our environment becomes impoverished, and our interior world is impoverished as well. That joyful feeling that comes into our bodies when we exchange soul essence and deep emotional affinity with a puppy once happened many times a day with all species of life. It was a regular part of the historical life experience of our species on Earth, a primary type of exchange. We are now so far from such emotional engagement as a part of our life that we no longer have a common word to describe its occurrence. There's a little taste of this book I just got, The Lost Language of Plants. I got this after having read this, which is The Secret Teachings of Plants, which they have at the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors at the Gray House, amidst their rather large library of books. found it and read a couple passages and decided to buy it. Having read it, decided to read something else from the author. It almost seems like book is a wrong word, or the wrong word. It's like reading someone's heart.